Hello, lovelies. It's T here from Good and Third Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message found you blessed and full of abundance as always, my sweets. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in and find out. So I was hearing blessed, like blessed by the best. Okay, you know who that is. And I was hearing it's time for your day in the sun, or it's time that like the sun is shining on you, like the light, the bright light is shining on you, like the sun is shining on you. With that Six of Wands here. And I was also getting, there were some cards that already came out here in the pre-shuffle that just, manifested themselves out. So I'm getting that there is going to be this very sudden and mysterious change that is going to happen. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, that came out of nowhere. I have, like, what? What's happening there? Like, how did, it feels like very quickly, very suddenly, like, a massive change is going to happen within you that is also going to be mirrored back to you in your exterior world as well. And it is going to feel like, one, with this 8th house here, it's going to be like this death and rebirth kind of rising of the Phoenix energy. But also it's going to it's going to hit you and you're going to be like, what? Where? Out of nowhere? Huh? What's going on there? I was also hearing that you could see a sudden change within another person as well, but let that resonate as it does for you. I also feel like as you change, okay, there will be people who will try to fake it until they can make it with you. So be aware of that. Spirit said this is not a time to drag dead weight. Okay? So y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Spirit says I don't have to keep on going. Like, y'all know, if y'all are here at this point where like real ish is really manifesting, you are going to be put in a position to where you are definitely seeing like the line of demarcation is going to be very clear to, this is your old life. This is your new life. Which one do you want? Right? And I feel like you are going to be here, right here, and also something that you have planned in the past is coming back around. A seed that you planted in the past is coming back around, and it is creating this very sudden change in your life. Spirit is saying that you are definitely going to have to be using your powers of discernment, because see how the sun's shining on you, how close it is, right? As this comes out, there are going to be those, again, like I said, there are going to be those who try to appeal to this new version of you because they want to walk beside you. They want some of that extra, whatever you got, you've got that sauce, you've got that feeling, you've got that it factor kind of energy is what you're magnetizing to yourself, Spirit is saying. And that there will be people that will be like, oh, I just want to stand beside this person because some of the light will shine on me as well. So be aware of that. It was 3:23 down on the clock right when I said that. Not everybody, 5:52 on the real time clock. Not everybody, okay, that wants to stand beside you needs to stand beside you, okay? And there are going to be things and people that you are going to have to walk away from, but all of these things, it will feel like a relief, okay? So there's not going to be anything here that feels like some grand sacrifice that you have to make. It is going to feel like a relief. Like it's going to feel very natural. You start taking those steps forwards and it's going to feel very natural, okay? And I was receiving a big message here, okay? It was so strong, and it was the song, I don't even know who sings it, but I think the song is called Confident, but I was just hearing that, so it could be Katy Perry. I don't think it is, though. I don't know who it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just kept hearing the chorus over and over and over and over, like on repeat in my mind. And it was just the chorus where it's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? And that is giving, and literally just in my mind's eye, I saw this 7 of Wands card. So I feel like there are going to be some people that are going to be like, maybe you should take it down a peg. And you're going to be like, how about you fuck off and get out of my life? How about that? How about I don't need to be humble about shit? Okay, because it's one thing if somebody was coming to you and being like, hey, you're kind of wilding out, like maybe, bring it back into balance, Mm-mm. Look at you. Look at you showing out with the strength card. Mm-mm. Exactly. They're gonna be like, there are a lot of people out there, or there were some people out there who really liked you being locked up in the house, or like they liked your energy locked away in a way, and like just get out of here was kind of the energy, right? But it's giving me that very much like, okay, you went inside, you hermited, you worked on yourself, you got your stuff together, and now it's pop out time, baby, right? Now it's time to pop out and show out what you got. Come on. Come on. Come on. 10 of Pentacles. Mama. Papa, whoever you are. Like, for some of you, this could be family. This could be family. This could be people that have been in your life so long they're like family. It just feels like people who are used to the old you, right? There are going to be some people that are like, who are you now? Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are like this mysterious, but like how? Like how? It feels like you changed overnight. Like, how did you do that? And it's because your exterior reality is finally catching up with yourself in spirit. It's finally catching up with all of the work you've been doing, all the internal work, all of the growing and glowing that you've been doing on the inside, how you've been shedding, and you've been shedding old skin, and you've been healing wounds, and you've been taking care of yourself and showing up for yourself and doing all this beautiful energy work on yourself. Maybe going to get energy work done, going to get those classes, going to get those certifications, going and laying out the plan, meditating, doing your yoga, tapping in, whatever you've been doing, praying, journaling, all of that, right? And that's stuff that you've been doing behind closed doors. What people didn't realize is that they thought you just went away. They thought you just fell off. But the truth is that you pulled back your energy so that you could concentrate on just yourself. Just yourself. And you could glow up on that ass. Okay? And that's what it really feels like. It really finally feels like this 3D self is going to finally catch up with kind of like your spiritual significance. Like all the spiritual work that you've been doing, everything is kind of rearing up, like revving up. Right? And yeah, if you've been in the house, you're about to be outside. Which I know kind of seems like, I don't know, you could be watching this at any time. It's a timeless reading, right? Genuinely, people pop out during the summertime and then, go hide away during the wintertime. But there's something here about the fact that, which is funny because that when I first powered on my device, I have a Bing screensaver that always usually lines up with what's going on. When I power up my device, it pops up. And it was so funny because there was a little notification at the bottom that was like, you're currently under a heat advisory. And then the picture that it had up there was like deep snow. And I was like, something so funny about you like showing me wintertime, but yet I'm in the middle of hot ass, muggy ass summer with a heat advisory. I was like, what's going on here? And then I thought there's something very significant about the winter. So there's something very significant about this winter. Like there's something about like, yeah, like I'm hearing like we outside. Like something is going on this fall and winter season. I feel it. Yeah. Ooh. High Priestess. You probably feel this coming. But there's something here about like this place that I was in with this Four of Wands, the place that I was in before. It doesn't feel like home anymore. It doesn't feel comfortable to stay here anymore. Like I have to leave, or I have to get out, or I have to move, or I have to relocate, or I have to change this job. I have to change this group of people that I'm hanging out with. Like it just doesn't, like the comfort that I got from it. Like I've evolved enough now where I don't see it as comfort. Like it's clearly discomfort. Like I just got used to it feeling that way before. And I was too whatever. I was too whatever to change it or to put that in or too depressed or down or sad or drained of energy or too something. It's like, you know what? That's why it was like, okay, like I got to lock up. I got to lock in. I got to get ready. I got to cut these ties, cut these strings, go inside, heal these wounds. And now it's time to pop out and show out. And it's like if you have been in this hermit energy of going it alone, that's about to change. Because, and something about your environment is going to be changing very drastically. Very drastically. By your choice, I'm hearing. By your choice. You're very much so, it really feels like that. It feels like you could wake up one day and be like, that's it. Like whatever was holding you back, there feels like roads, blocks were unblocked. Like it's time, and it's like, I've released enough. I've done enough. My spirit's like, yes, child, it's time, Judgment. There's, why are you here? There's also this exterior energy, this comparison energy. Again, it's that energy of like, how are you so different now? How are you? Sorry, you didn't have the eyes to see it before, but this is who I've been. I've been changing into this person. For you could have been on this whole journey for years, but suddenly people are going to look at you, and the next time they hang out with you, they're going to be like, you're a completely different person. And it's like, no, you just haven't been paying attention. Like what I've been saying or what I've been doing, or maybe, I don't know, maybe for some of you have, you have not been hanging out, and you might go hang out with this group of people, and the way you're talking, the way you're moving, the way you're interacting, the way you're at, it's brand new. And these people are like, what is this? Who are you? And there is very much so this, like, you're different than us, right? You're going to feel it. They're going to feel it. Or that job is going to, like, you're feeling it, right? Everybody here is feeling the difference. Except finally, for the first time, it doesn't make you want to be the same. It doesn't make you want to hide away. It doesn't make you want to make excuses for yourself. Well, but no, yeah, I am this, but I'm also just the same old me, and ha ha ha, So it's like, if you ever had this issue with like kind of falling back into old patterns or to old mindsets or to old things when you would go around those certain jobs or those certain people or certain groups or whatever, like, and you felt this need to kind of like, people are like, you're different. And you're like, oh, let me just conform right quick. You're going to be like, I'm loud and proud. Like, no, you're the one that's different. You're different. Okay. I'm perfectly fine the way that I am. And people are going to be like, confidence, adequacy, confidence, worth. Where did this come from? And it's just like, what's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being who I am and being confident about who I am? What's wrong with being confident, right? What's wrong with being confident? And what's wrong with you being confident is they're not confident, right? These people, these places, whatever it is, they're not in the energy of glow up. They're not in the energy of abundance. That place or those people or those coworkers or whatever it is not in the energy of abundance. And it's very much so like repel. And you're like, same. It's that finally there's not this feeling of like, oh no, I'm being rejected. There's this energy of, cool. Chop, 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 cut. If you feel like you need to get out and you don't make the cut, get out. And people are like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to you having boundaries. I'm not used to you being like, no, actually, you're not. No, don't say that. No, I'm not going there. That's funny because this. I know, I finally grew a spine. That kind of energy where it's just like, I know I'm acting different and I like this new me. And if you don't like this new me, there's the door. Either you can walk out it or I'm going to walk out of it. I don't care. In fact, y'all can say here, I'm going to walk out. I'm going to leave. I'm going to remove myself. And instead of feeling like, oh my God, I'm being rejected, or oh my God, because you're healing this abandonment, rejection wound, what we've been talking about here, right? You've finally done enough work on you that you're just like, if you don't accept me for who I am, that's not my problem. Like, I do not need to change because you don't accept who I am or you refuse to acknowledge who I really am. You know, this is that friend that always sees you as that quiet one or the one that always lets them take the lead. Well, suddenly you're talking up. Suddenly you're the one who's got people coming up to them, talking to them, hitting on them at the bar. Suddenly they're the one sitting in the corner and you're the center of attention and everybody's gravitating around you and laughing at your jokes and just being like, wow, like you look great. Like you seem like you're doing so good. You seem like you're so happy. That's amazing. You know? And that one person sitting over there like, are they so confident? Why are they so this? And this person's not, I don't think they're going to consciously. They can even, like, especially right now, it's Mercury retrograde, right? Especially if this is like a hangout or a meetup or something that's going to happen in the next few weeks. Like, this person can absolutely take something that you say out of context and latch onto that as the reason why they're angry at you or they're mad at you or they're putting distance in between you or they don't want to hang out with you anymore or that person's not my friend, they're so mean, can you believe they said that to me? That could happen. Okay, except I think if this is something that's happened in the past, if it's the same old tricks of getting you to conform are not going to work on you anymore. It's just like, okay, if that's how you feel. It's funny, like obviously, I'm gonna tell the story, but obviously my coworker was joking. He was joking, but he was like, oh, he came up to me and there was like three of us. We were sitting there talking, and he was like, oh, what did he say? Oh, something about it's like, oh, well, you're not like us or something like that. You're not my friend. And I was like, okay. And he was like, damn, you don't care? And I'm like, it's not my responsibility to make you like me. Like, just straight up. Like, if you don't like me, okay, that's cool. Like, and it was this energy, you know, that threw him off because I was just like, really, like, genuinely, he could tell. I was like, okay. And even though we were joking back and forth, there was a realness. And I remember reflecting on that in myself, being like, I genuinely, like, in the past, even though it was a joke, something like that might have very slightly like hurt me. But now I'm just kind of like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. That's a you problem. I am who I am. If you don't like it, goodbye. You know? And I genuinely, like, in the past, I was faking it till I made it, right? Like in the past, I would say things like that, but genuinely somewhere inside, whether it be subconscious or something, it would hurt me or it would have an effect on me. But now, really not as much. I've done enough healing on me that I'm genuinely like, okay, you gotta go. You know, and the thing about it is that I feel like I have a much less codependent attachment to people when it comes to things like that. Because it's kind of a sensation of just kind of like, okay, I genuinely actually like you. If you don't genuinely actually like me, I like you enough to not ask you to deal with a person that you don't like or to be around me despite the fact that we don't jive or we don't click like that. Well, I just need you to like me. I need you to be around me. I need you to care about me. I'm going to change myself to make you feel better, or you need to change your standards to be okay with me. I don't feel the need to do that. Like, I feel the need to allow you to be the person that you want to be, regardless of what my feelings are on that. You know, like, so if you feel like you don't want to be with me or you don't want to be my friend or you don't like me, okay. Okay. And I know that to some people, that might be like, yeah, that's just being an adult. But it's like, yeah, but that, when you have an abandonment wound or when you have a rejection wound, even little stuff like that can pick at that wound, right? Just depends on how much healing you've done on it. And that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling here. It's just this very much energy like, okay, if you feel like you need to walk away, walk away. In fact, if you're going to make a whole stink about it, I will walk away. Oh, well, you're this and you're that and you're not a real friend. Whatever you feel like you need to tell yourself. I'm not listening. I don't care. I'm checked out. I'm already gone. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do with somebody else, with something else. That's how you feel. Goodbye. Again, and then I'm hearing that. That's confidence. That's that confidence. That's that strength of self. That's that I'm good. I'm stable. I'm good. I'm stable. I'm okay without you. I do not have this codependent need to be a pleaser to you. And that's this kind of energy. 10 of Cups. Come on now. Emotional fulfillment. Physical and emotional. So not, again, like I said, how you're feeling on the inside is really finally manifesting and connecting with you're really putting that into work, right? You're really putting that, and it's showing. This work, this emotional work that you've been doing on yourself, healing yourself, going to therapy, journaling, whatever you've been doing, proud of you. Fucking proud of you. And okay, keep it up. Look, I see you. Okay. Yes. Not you healing up and glowing and cutting toxic people out of your life. Okay, I see you. But seriously, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Finally, because I truly am starting to feel this way inside. I'm not just faking it on the outside, right? I'm not just giving the appearance that I don't care. I'm not just having a hard shell on the outside and really being like, it's like, actually, I don't need to have this hard shell, right? I don't need to have a hard shell because I have a confidence in who I am. So it's okay. I mean, we're all human. Somebody says something rude to you and it might hurt your feelings, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be something devastating to you. Or it's just this energy of like, okay, that's what you feel like. Do what you feel like you need to do. Goodbye. If you feel like you need to remove yourself, goodbye. But I do feel like the next step is going to be you like preemptively being a lot better. And some of you, you're probably already there. You're probably already there at being like, you know what? Me and this person, we don't jive, and that's okay. Because maybe for some of you, your people pleasing showed up and, well, I just don't want to be mean to people. Well, I just don't want to come off like, like an a-hole or like a B. I just, I want people to like me. I'm not trying to be a mean person. And maybe you didn't realize how much of an excuse that was to allow yourself to people please, to act codependent and have this code. Hey, excuse me. To have this codependent relationship with people where you will be like, I need to change myself, or I need to mold myself, or I need to make you like me. I need to be lovable. I need to be likable. I need to be pleasant. I need to be smiling and pleasant all the time. I need to be easily digestible. I need to, excuse me, back up, Miss Ma'am. Thank you. I need to be what other people need from me, even if it's at the detriment of myself, right? Even if this person, even the, anyway, oh my gosh. Y'all, having an old senile cat is something crazy. Like, having cats in general is already a thing. But then having an old cat that's literally like, I just do whatever I want. It's crazy. He threw me off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just like, come on now. But generally, you're just like, I don't need to change myself to be easily digestible or easily acceptable. I'm going to have the opinions that I'm going to have. I'm going to talk about those controversial issues. I'm not going to not speak on things to not stir the boat or not rock the boat or not, no. And I'm not purposely going after things to troll people or to stir up stuff. Because maybe in the past you had people around you who tried to greatly minimize you, right? It's like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with your emotions. So I'm going to tell you, you having any type of personality or you having any type of opinions that might differ from mine makes you a bad person or makes you ill or makes you, and it's just like, no. I'm not a terrible person because I don't believe the same things you are. I'm not a terrible person because I don't want to just do whatever you want me to do, You're actually quite a manipulative person. And I see that now. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ain't no sneaky action going on here. Ain't no sneaking around. Ain't no stealing that energy all sneaky. It's exactly. It's like I see them. You really are starting to see people for who they really are, right? Exactly. And you're, well, I got the swords out and I'm going to chop it up, because this needs to come to an end. Come on. I am going to stop hiding. But there is also an energy here of knowing the power of when to speak up and when just to walk off. When to understand that it's not even worth, knowing the difference between, like, I'm not even going to go back and forth with you. I'm not going to argue with you. Like, my absence is going to be all of the boundaries that you need to understand. Is all the explanation that you need, right? Because there are going to be some people that it's going to be worth having that conversation with, opening up with, putting down boundaries with. And then there's going to be some people that's just like delete, block. Anyway, anyway, you're just going to walk on by, and there's not this need to go running and chasing after them and being like, no, wait, we can still be friends. No, wait, I'm still that person that you want me to be so that you'll show me whatever little crumbs of attention or affection or love or whatever. No, bye. It's that kind of energy, and existing in that kind of energy, yeah, it's letting go. It's letting go of the wounding, letting go of the fighting, letting go, and understanding that it was, for a lot of you, it was this wounding that made you want to go back and forth, that made you want to fight, that made you want to be like, you know what? No, I'm going to shut. It's like having this stability, having this emotional regulation, having this balance in your light and your dark side, and knowing like, cool. I don't have to explain myself. Just there are some people I don't have to explain anything to. Knowing the power of your silence, and how with some people that silence is going to speak. Come on now, is going to speak volumes, right? So this person's over there trying to use their words as weapons, and you're over here like, I ain't got time for it. Reflect, deflect. No. I don't have time for it. Exactly. And with that seven of want, is there's like, I don't know if somebody said something about you, if you're going to prove somebody wrong. And I don't think you're like, whatever you're doing, you're not doing to prove this person wrong. You're doing it because it makes you a healthier, like, better version of yourself that you're more happy with. It makes you a truer version of who you really are, right? You're not doing this to prove somebody wrong. You're not doing this to show out. You're not doing this to glow up or to say, you know what, I'm going to chase after this because, but it's just like, I love me. I want to show up for me. I deserve to be spoken up for. Or you don't even deserve to get the energy of me explaining myself to you. I shouldn't have to explain why that's bad or why that's toxic to you. And I'm not going to bother to. I'm just going to walk off. Because there's some people who will do things like that just to keep you engaged. Right? Any kind of attention, any kind of publicity is good publicity, right? Any kind of attention is good attention to people like this. To people who honestly have a wound of having to fight for attention. Only time I ever got attention is when I was being bad, or when I was being really, really good. Either I was being really, really good and love bombing or doing something like that, or I was being really bad and manipulative and, I'm good. Because there is some kind of energy here of like, well, if you won't talk to me or you won't do that, then you'll fight me. No, I'm not even doing that. No need. There's no need. I'm just literally not going to give you any energy, period. I'm just going to walk away and reserve my energy for what deserves it. 3 of Cups, exactly. I'm going to keep my love and my attention and my affection locked into what it deserves to be involved in. And whatever this person is trying to serve you, whatever they're trying to act like, you're like, I'm good. For some of you, it's like this. It's like you and God, your higher self. You're like, I got my cup and it's full. And look at this. I'm meditating and I'm levitating that bitch. This is like floating around in the air. And you're over here like, don't you want my love or attention or affection? Not really. Not really. Because whoever this was or whatever it is, it's like, aren't you still, excuse me, aren't you still attracted to chasing after the bare minimum from me? Like, no, I'm not. And I'm not even going to explain that to you. I'm just going to leave you on red. And in fact, you're going to pick up your phone and try to call me or try to text me one of your, oh, I miss you, you up text. And you're just going to get that block notification. This person is no longer accepting calls from you. This person is no longer accepting messages from you. You know, and this person is like, what the, yeah. Oh, come on now. And they might say something. They might pop off. They might say something. They might blow up your phone or borrow a friend's phone or come at you on social media or something like that. I don't know. And again, right? So it's almost like this is like the tell. This person was like, I'll manipulate you. I'll do that. No, I'm good. I'll walk away. Well, if that's not good, then I'm going to go after you. I'm going to attack you and going to make you have to turn around and look at me. That's what I'm getting, that you're walking away from this person. It's like this person is hurling things at you so that you have to turn around and fight off whatever. And it's like, exactly, engage with me. You know, if you won't accept my love, then you're going to get my hate. Ooh, this is like this. Thank you, Spirit. I had to transmute that because that just was so real. That this person, what the fuck? This person's got issues, bro. But again, they're their issues. They're their problems. Because that's what you're just like, no, I'm not even engaging with this toxic back and forth. You're my enemy. And no. This isn't a fight. Like, I'm not, you know, you can say whatever you want. And you can blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Run your mouth as much as you want. Your words mean nothing. Exactly. Tower. And it's a tower moment for this person. It's also a tower moment for you. It's like a tower of freedom. Right? Again, I was picking that energy up earlier where it's like the sudden like shift and sudden change of like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't care. Nah, I don't feel the need. Nah, you're blocked. Nah, I'm good. Right? It's like this, you're popping out with all this strength. Yeah, exactly. You've invested so much in this, but you're just like, nah, I'm good. Because maybe in the past you were like, I've just invested too much into this, or we've had too many past lives together, or I don't know, I've just been at this company for so long, or this is my family. I've always wanted things to work out. And it's just like, no, I'm good. Bye. Not because I know that there is in here. I know what's in here. I've spent enough time going inside and looking around and knowing what's here. And guess what? When I was here, I was by myself. All by my lonesome. And you were doing whatever the hell you wanted to do. Then I realized this place is not my home. This house is not my home. This heart is not my home. This ain't it. These crumbs, they ain't enough. Okay? Because I got an appetite and I need to be fed. And whatever little piss poor little crummy crumbs, no, they're not enough. You're not enough. I'm too much for this bullshit. Right? Like, I require too much love, attention, affection, and not in a negative way. Because it makes me feel like you probably dealt with a person or somebody who gaslit you in some type of way into being like, you should accept less. You know, you got all these emotions and, you know, I will maybe say, because we talked about you emotionally regulating, maybe you were kind of into them and you were popping off and you were showing up at their job and you were blah, 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 blah. Maybe you felt like that's what you needed to do. No, you will respect me. You will listen to me. That kind of energy. And then it's just like, you know what? Actually, I don't care. No, I'm not calling you. No, I'm not showing up. No, I don't know. My life, me, my peace, me going to bed early, me laying in bed with the lights off, with a face mask on my face, watching TV, laughing, or, you know, reading my book or journaling or working on my project. That's what's worth it. If I'm going to stay up worried about somebody, I'm going to stay up. It's going to be about me. And it's not going to be worried about me. It's going to be about, it's going to be about building my life and building my life up. It's going to be about building my peace and building my home and building a safe structure for me and my family. It's not going to be about running after your ass who's out there on the street for everybody. Right? It's like, I've looked like a fool for long enough. And that's the point. That's why the person walks away from the 8 of Cups. Even though they have 8 of Cups, they walk away because they know there's a 10 of Cups out there. It is 100% worth it. I don't care if I stayed in a relationship for 50 years. One day of true freedom, of showing up for myself, loving myself, is worth it. It's never too late. It's never too late. I've not spent too much time to stay in the, to leave. I've loved them too long to leave them. It's just like you wake up and you're just like, I'm done. Like, I'm so done with this. I don't care about this anymore. It has no place in my heart space. Like, I'm just done with it. Right? Because first it was maybe it was sadness, and then it was anger, and then it was vengeance, and now it's just kind of like this energy of like, I don't know. There's not feelings there anymore. I don't hate you. I don't love you. I don't hate you. I don't want bad for you. Like, I just don't want you in my life. And I just don't have time for it. And that's the best, healthiest, okay place to be, because there's not all this sneaking, all this hidden things. And no. With that Death card in the Moon, it's like, I'm going to make my feelings very clear. But it doesn't always mean with words. I'm going to do it with actions. Just like you used to do. You used to show me with your actions how little you actually cared about me, or how little you actually respected me, or how little of an investment you saw me in the eyes of this company, or whatever it was, right? It's like, you showed me. Right? I got to walk away 9 of Cups so I can get my wish fulfillment. Come on now. I'm manifesting in the 10 of Cups. I got other stuff to do. Because there's this kind of attitude of like, it was better than nothing. Exactly. I'm telling you. There was kind of this energy that like something was better than nothing. But no, that kept you completely shut down. It stalled you so much that you weren't even moving forward. It kept you in this stagnant energy, right? And you realize, I'm not moving forward. I'm not doing anything. I'm still, even in my anger, even in my, I'm still giving them energy. Let me just stop. Let me stop talking about it. Let me move on from that. Let me just stop with the bullshit. Because I'm wasting my energy that I could be using on myself on this shit. And I'm going to trust and have faith that the universe is going to protect me from this. Or I'm going to have faith in social systems or whatever it is. Right? Because there was kind of this, it's also this energy of feeling like I was chasing after this because I had a lack energy within me. I had a lack energy of feeling like I either wasn't good enough, the universe wasn't going to have my back. Like, I can't leave this job because, why? You'll never find another job somewhere else? Of course you will. I can't leave this relationship. I've been married to them for however long. We've got kids together. We've got that. It's time to really ask yourself what lesson you're teaching your kids by staying in something that you hate. It's finally choosing you. Because for the longest time, you felt like choosing you was you being selfish in this situation. And whether that be this person or your wounding or your trauma or something that you went through in the past relationship, something like that, the way you were raised, whatever it was that made you feel like choosing you was being selfish. Showing up for you, saying no, not people pleasing, was being selfish. Like, you're less of a person for not always showing up for me every single time I call, for not, for having your own space, for doing that, for not showing up for me, for not running yourself ragged, for me to barely even say thank you, and, for that person to barely even say thank you, and then for them to walk off, and then for you to be like, it'd be really nice if I got some slam. Okay, it's fine. I'll help myself. You're right. I'm being lazy, not helping myself. It's that kind of energy. It's just like, no, I am not. And exactly, no, this is unrequited love. That's why there's separation here. It's not real. It's not real love. right? It's not real loyalty. By being loyal to this company or loyal to this person, you're being disloyal to yourself. That's not what? That's crazy. You can't do that. And because you are choosing to walk away, look, engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and wedding. Come on now. I'm hearing someone say, I was just doing what was asked of me. Like, I was taught that being respectful to my family or showing respect to my family was just doing what they said, pleasing them being happy, giving up myself for them, showing up for them. I was raised that if you give everything to a company and you show up and you're always on time and you're always, and yeah, I'll take extra hours and yeah, I'll stay late and yeah, I'll help you do that and yeah, I'll be a teamwork and yeah, I'll cover that person and yeah, I'll do that and yeah, I'll come in when I'm sick and yeah, I'll cancel going to my son's basketball game because y'all need me to come in. This client is so important. Just for you to find out that that company, it means nothing. That's meaningless. That 20, 30 years of work can go down the drain in a few months. That all that has to happen is some virus to go around everywhere, and suddenly your company is a brand new. Suddenly it's so bad, so sad. Sorry, we're gonna have to take your raises. Sorry, we're gonna have to take your bonuses. Sorry, we're gonna have to. Sorry, we can't afford to bring in that assistant. You're just gonna have to cut. Sorry, we had to let go of this many people, and we're not rehiring them back. I guess you'll just have to keep doing more of a job for less. And it's like, what was I being loyal for? What was I showing up for? What was I putting all this work in for? For what? To be sitting here exhausted and ragged with a family that I can't connect to because I chose going to work over showing up for them, over being there, over having a connection with them. You know, like what am I giving up? And for what? For nothing. That's what it really feels like. It's like I'm sacrificing myself for what? For people who might call themselves my family, but they don't act like family because they don't actually show up for me the way that they expect me to show up for them. They never would. You know, they expect me to deal with things that they would never accept me doing or treating them or saying to them. You know, this person says they love me, but look at their actions. Look how they act. Look how they have me crying and upset and blah, blah, you know, making a fool of myself. There's no way that's real love. There's no way that's this person really honoring me and showing up for me. So I'm going to honor me and I'm going to show up for me. And the more you're standing up for yourself and you're honoring yourself, the more of that same type of energy that's coming towards you. Right? Spirit is like, you don't have to turn around and fight this and fight. Turn around and walk forward and do what you need to do because we got you. All these wands right here, these little 6 little shoot. We got you. So have faith that Spirit has got you. That the world will support you choosing yourself and doing what's right for yourself and showing up for yourself. Again, like for some of y'all, this is, you know, you got a really deep tie with this person because it's like a past life relationship. Maybe this person comes in and, you know, love bombs and brings in the honeymoon energy. Maybe the company comes in and, you turn in your 2-week notice. You just can't do that. You know, we'll finally give you that vacation you've been asking for. Maybe we can squeeze out some little bit of a bonus. Maybe we can hire somebody to come in a day or two of the week. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be nice? Isn't that, maybe we can give you a little dollar raise for the first time in 6 years. No. That's what it feels like. It, you know, for some of y'all, it feels like somebody coming in and being like, I'm hearing too little, too late. Too little, too late. Showing up with barely an offer, and you're only doing it now that I'm walking away. Like, that's crazy. Wedding. I'm telling y'all, somebody's going to come in and offer you contracts. You know, they're going to come in with this. They could come in with money. They could come in with, remember how deep and how loving our relationship is, reconciliation. They want to come back in, you know. I feel like Spirit is telling you is that the real thing with this worth waiting for. I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, put in the work on yourself, and holding out is worth waiting for. Or something that you know, all this action that you've been taking is going to bring in something that you've really been waiting for. Again, like, I'm getting that that unblocking energy, that's something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been saying, exactly. Spirit said you had to learn how to love yourself first. Because for a lot of you, it was these people, it was this thing, it was this mindset, this, I don't have another one, I won't have another one. We hold on to things because we don't believe that the universe will bring us more or better. We hold on to the good times and wash over the bad times because it's like, but it doesn't. Like, for some of y'all been telling yourself, but the good times. It's like, but the bad times far outnumber the good times. And it shouldn't be a situation. And you shouldn't even be in a situation where you're having to compare and contrast the good time. Like, right? If you're even sitting there saying that just lets you know that right? That it's not actually good times. Because if it was mostly good times that were just speckled in with life, it would just be life. It wouldn't be you being like, but the good times are really good. It should be mostly good times. It should, And the bad times should still be good times because this person should show up and get stronger when there's bad times. So are the bad times? Yeah, they suck, but we're not bad. Our situation, our circumstance, the economy might be bad. We're not bad. We're a team. We're together. We're coming in stronger when the other one feels weaker. Not fighting, not it being a challenge, it being, it making the bad times even worse, or the bad times influencing us to turn on each other. That's literally the definition of what it means to have, like, an actual partnership, Yeah. Somebody's going to come in and be like, give this relationship a chance. Think about the good times. No. Anybody that's got to tell you, just think about the good times, it just lets you know. Just lets you know, right? Because if they're having to do that, if you're having to tell yourself that, it's not as good as you think. Again, like I said, the bad times, they shouldn't be bad times between you. It should be, I know the world is hard right now, we've got your back. Not, hey, we're cutting your pay. We know there's, like, a global catastrophe going on right now, but we're still going to need you to show up to work, and we're going to pay you less with less help. So thanks for showing up and keeping our business alive while you're barely being able to pay your bills and barely making it. And also, you're still working, so you can't collect those fat checks like everybody else is. So, and if you quit, you don't collect those checks, and we're not going to fire you. You're really essential. Is that kind of energy? It's really that kind of energy. And maybe it's not specifically, maybe it's not specifically that, but it is kind of feeling like that, right? This person's going to come in with, oh, remember the past, you remember the good times, remember how I used to lay it down, remember how good the wow is, like, bruh. That's what I'm saying. Like, and for most of you, you know this. For most of you, you're just like, anyway, I don't, like I said, you did the work on yourself enough, but you did have to get to this place where you loved yourself enough to just pull back your energy. Like, I don't have any kind of vibe. I don't feel any way about you. Okay? You had to spend that time really getting to know yourself. And in really getting to know yourself, you realize that you're getting to know this other party or these other people or that other person or that company, right? Once you really started checking in with yourself and you really started to know yourself and you really started checking, like, how do I actually feel about this? It lets you know how out of alignment you really are with those people, that place, this thing, whatever it is, It's like, wow, it really is, we just don't work sort of type thing. You know, it really is we're just not vibing, you know, because I'm not about that struggle life anymore. Hello. And, you know, and it's kind of like a, hey, universe, thanks for the lesson. I get it. I'm good. Yeah. I just feel like you're, you know, this person is going to show up wearing a mask of I've changed, or think about the good times, or, you know, it wasn't all bad kind of energy. And again, like I said, if you even have to say anything like that, it's like, that's how you know it ain't really like that. It ain't really worth it. Why you fighting for something that somebody has to be like, it wasn't all bad, it wasn't all terrible. I know that we were fighting and screaming and yelling and slinging stuff, and I was cheating, and or you were cheating, or we were doing this or we were doing that, and I know that we were barely making it, but it wasn't all bad. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm I'm so good. Exactly. Come on now. Come on now. Exactly. The spirit is saying that the real deal, the real thing, is worth you spending this time really getting to know yourself and really loving yourself. That when the real deal really comes in, when you really get that job and you start working for that company that feels like home, that feels like, oh my God, I really could actually work for this company. Not just settle in here, but I want to be here. I feel passion. I want to be here for the rest of my life. Not, you know, it's a job. I'll stay here. It's, you know, it pays the bills. But, oh my God, I love my job. I'm passionate about my job. I want to talk about it. I want to bring it home because I don't want to stop doing it. You know, when you get a taste of that, you're going to be like, why did I deal with that? You know, when you get a taste of being in that real relationship where it's actually showing up, and there's communication and there's love and it's real and this person's a partner, it's like, we're not arguing, we're not fighting. You know, like nobody, you know, like it's not going to be perfect, but it is this energy of just like, wow, like it really is going to highlight to you like how bad it really was in the past, you know, or like how little you really were, how little it really, that other people really were, how little you were being, space was being held for you, how little, you know, and you're going to think like, why did I waste so many years? Don't spend too much time thinking that, but it might come up, you know, address it, acknowledge it, say, baby, it's okay. I'm so sorry that you wasted so much of your time. It's just because you didn't know yourself. You know, you spent so much time trying to be somebody else, excuse me, for some, you know, something else for somebody else. Like, you should know yourself, and now that you do, be grateful that you're not in that situation anymore, you know? But acknowledge your feelings. Stuff might come up, but you're gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. You know, it's crazy to feel that feeling of like, no, this is a real partnership. No, these are real friends. You know? I'm sorry, I just can't do that. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, there's really no need to apologize either. Why did no, you just can't do it. It's fine. Yeah, you're good. You know, oh, you don't like that? Okay. I won't do it anymore. And then you don't have to say it again. They don't do it again. And you're just like, what? Yeah, and again, I think there will be this transitional phase for you when you are going into these new spaces, going into these new groups, being like, and you're like, oh, I'm just, you know, I'm just so used to it being a fight, or used to it being a thing, or used to the way that it used to be. Like, sorry, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to being respected and loved. That's crazy. You know, it's that kind of energy where it's just like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. You're not ignoring these red flags anymore. You're not ignoring the warning signs or anything like that. Like, it's just like, nah, I see it. I'm good. I trust and have faith in myself. Now that I love myself and I know myself, I trust myself to show up for myself. And when something comes up, I can be like, nope, I'm good, thank you. And every time that you do that, the more and more and the more you do it, the more you're going to build up your confidence, the more you're going to build up your self-esteem, the more you're going to build up the strength energy within you. And it's going to become second nature. It's going to become a habit. It's going to become just your standard operating. Standard operating, you know, procedure. Yeah. Your inner child is so healed. For some of you, you're worried about your kids. Like, your kids are going to be okay. You know, if you need to put them in therapy, if you need to get them their own counselor, if you need to, you know, start teaching some of this emotional management that you've taught yourself. Start teaching it to your kids if you already have kids, or, this reconciliation vibe feels like a reuniting with yourself. Like, I'm reuniting with my true self. Like, I'm actually, for the first time in my life, getting to know who I truly am, unencumbered by making myself feel like I need to be somebody else. Who am I really when I'm just loved for who I am? When I'm just accepted for who I am? Who am I really? I can stop feeling like I need to compromise myself, or I need to apologize for being who I am. And I can just be who I am, and it can just be that way. And it can just be simple and easy. It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be a discomfort. Like that. Again. And the more and the more and more you put that energy out there, and the more you love and accept yourself, the more attractive you're going to be to like energies, right? The more you're just being yourself, the more you're standing up for yourself, the more you say no. Yeah, some people are going to leave your life because they're going to realize that they can't take from you anymore, that they can't use you anymore, that they can't lie to you anymore. And yeah, they might be like, "Ugh, you're trash now. I don't want you." Good. Thank God. Oh, you're not attracted to me anymore? Thank God. Shoot. Then. Get the hell out of here then. You know? But I think it is going to be a shock for some of these people. Yeah. But I feel like it's really going to have you in this energy where you're just like, ain't nothing wrong with me being confident. Ain't nothing wrong with me being myself. Ain't nothing wrong with me being who I am. You got an issue with it? Seems like a you problem. You know? And obviously, I'm not talking about in a way where you take it too far and you're being, imposing on other people and all this stuff. Keeping it emotional regular. Obviously, it's the internet, so I got to put the little asterisk and be like, but I'm not talking about you narcissistically running over people and Yeah. Anyway. Okay, this could be the one. That's when you really start authentically being yourself and realizing, no, like, no, I can handle this. No, I can do this. No, I can go get in a relationship that's worthy. No, I am worthy of that. When you start showing the universe that, the universe says, oh, okay, cool. And you're just like, really? And the universe like, yeah, I got you. I mean, the universe always had your back. It was just waiting for you to see that the experiences that you were having were mirroring wounds that you needed to heal inside of yourself. The universe is always reflecting back. You should love yourself more than to deal with any kind of bullshit that pops up in your life. And obviously there are things that pop up. Life still lives, right? But this kind of like people imposing themselves and imposing their bullshit and imposing their drama and imposing the stuff they've got going on, or you needing to change with it. Like, when all that changes, your life is just gonna just breeze a lot easier. It's just a lot easier to be around people who love and respect you and show up and treat your projects and treat your money and treat your time with respect. It's just like, wow. And when you're not spending so much energy focusing on other people and how they make you feel, there's just so much more room for yourself. There's so much more room for making room, like taking that person and their energy out of you to make room to fill up yourself, right? And filling up that space, that mental space, that physical space, that emotional space that them and their feelings and how they wanted things to be can exit, and so that you can just expand and fill yourself up, right? And then you're not always looking for someone else to fill up that space, to fill up that hole. You're not looking codependently on somebody else because you're full of yourself. You're full of it. Full to the brim of it, okay? But you guys know what I mean. In a healthy way, obviously. Yeah. I'm telling you, and this passion that you had for these other things, for these other people, it's for you now. right? And it's also, when you're filling up that cup, again with that, like that Four of Cups energy, where it was like, don't you care about us? Don't you care about whether or not we approve of you? No, I'm good. See my shining, levitating cup from God up there? Oh, yeah. I'm good. I'm full of myself. And again, some people might try to say some stuff like that. They might try to be like, oh, so you lost a little bit of weight, or oh, so you started showing up for yourself, and now you're too good to hang out with us. Now you brand new. Now you forgot where you came from. Now you... No, I didn't forget. I just chose better. Sorry, you didn't make the cut. It is what it is. Again, this could be the one. That's when those soulmates, that that job, that divine life purpose, that's when that shows up. That's when that career that supports that divine life purpose, whether it be a career and a life path that you're choosing, or whether or not it be a side business or whatever, your passion project, right? That's when things are going to align for you to be able to make money off of those things, for you to be able to make enough money in a career that, or in a job, to be financially secure for yourself enough to be able to support yourself and also those passion projects. When you line up with your true self, that's when all of this lays out, and it all just kind of lines up for you to just do better. Exactly. Career and finance. Come on, I'm talking about that. There's that energy right there. And again, I feel like every time I look at this, I feel like those two things are just getting further and further and further away from each other. And you're just like, bye. Yeah. I think you're really finally turning around, and you're being like, no. Because for some of you, yeah. For some of you, some of this hermit energy might have been inspired by this attack that happened here, or this, whatever this was, whatever this is, with this person or this thing, whatever it was, challenging you. It was challenging you to be like, how much discomfort can I put? How much can I really show you that you don't align with me? How can I push your buttons? How can I push you to your limits? How can I upset you? How can I disrespect you enough to show you that I am not worthy of being in your life, or that I don't have a place in your life, or that you don't align with me? Because that's what's happening, right? And maybe it did, but it pushed you into this energy of, well, okay, I'm gonna go inside and work on myself. Okay, I'm gonna go inside, because I don't align with that. That is an issue. Why? But the issue is more like, but why am I trying to align with people and places and things? And that's when the other side of you was like, hey, like, I'm in here, and if you give me enough room, I'll expand. And I'll glow, and I'll grow. And we can fill all this space inside of us that we hold for other people with ourselves and with our own energy. And when we do that, how much more space and time and energy do we have for those passion projects? Do we have for growing and, growing our intelligence, growing our emotional intelligence, growing our spiritual, connectivity, filling it up with passions and projects and activities that just, make us light up and bring us passion, and, and make us so happy, when we just don't have time for the bullshit. When we fill those spaces inside ourselves, when we stop trying to fill those spaces with distractions, and we fill that space with ourselves, we see that we are worthy of looking at. We are worthy of, like, there is so much more to me to unpack. I am that rose that's unfolding, right? I am unfurling. I am, and I've been compacted down. I've been curled up tight because I was in this little ball because I felt like I was being attacked, or I felt like I wasn't safe. But now I'm holding space for myself to expand and to grow and to, let me open up my chest. Let me straighten my back. Let me square up my shoulders. Let me hold my head up high. Let me open myself. And when I'm up and I'm looking around and I'm alert and I'm holding myself up, I can actually see opportunities and I can see what doesn't align with me. I'm not all, oh, I don't know, I just guess, you know? And it's, my eyes are open and they're up and they're forward and I see myself finally. I finally see myself for the person that I am. And finally, and that's the real issue here. The real issue is that those people always saw you for who you could be, but you didn't. But that's why they always tried to get you beat down. That's why they always cut you short. That's why they always gave you so little, because they knew if they fed you, that you'd actually grow and glow, and you'd realize, oh, this doesn't align with me. I can't eat this. This poison. This poison. That's why they just gave you little bits at a time, because they would put right, right? It's just little bits of glass at a time in your salad, little bits of poison at a time. Not, you know, because if I give you the whole bottle right now, you're gonna be like, this is poison. You've clearly poisoned me. I have been poisoned, you know. But if it's a little bit at a time, it's a little bit at a time. You're just a little bit weaker and a little bit smaller and a little bit, you know, more ill. And I don't understand. And then you get codependent on their help or their need, and they're the thing that's making you sick and making you dependent on keeping them going at the same time, right? And that's why it's the little crumbs, it's the little crumbs, it's the little crumbs. Because if you had a whole bite, you would realize, yuck, this is rotten. Let me spit it out. Gross. But when they starve you and then they just feed you little, even garbage tastes good to a starving person, right? And that's the thing. And that's what it was, right? You know, and then it's like, okay, well, oh, you're standing up. You got something to say, that I'm going to try to beat you down. But the beat down, you know, it just turned you inside, and when you were turned inside, you were like, okay, let me look around. Let me clean this place up. There's some spider webs over here. There's some stuff over here. There's a whole locked door over here. What's up in here? Oh, it's me. Oh, there's so much more of me than I thought. So when you pop out, you're going to pop out as like this brand new person. And it is going to feel like that, right? Because you are finally the glowing, growing, confident person that you always were on the inside, but you were never allowing yourself to be. You know, that your situations were never allowing you to be, because you were choosing to stay in those situations that compromised yourself. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, come on now. It's time. Right? It's time. Emperor in reverse. It's time to let go of this. Ugh. Yuck. I'm telling you, it's time to let go of that. And you're just like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Emperor in reverse. We haven't seen you in a minute. Good. Stay gone. Ghost off. Stay dead. Okay? You want to ghost off? Good. Stay in the grave. Goodbye. Okay, I'm going to pull a last little message over here from the Astro, and then we're going to end this. It's been long enough, but... Any last little closing message? Thank you. Anything else? You have any other last closing message? Okay. See, I always know better than to ask my spirit guides, oh, you got more to say? Because they will come out with a book. Because they're like, oh, baby, do I have more to say? I always got more to say. How much more time you got? You have a whole nother hour? We'll sit here and talk for a whole nother hour. And I'm like, no. Okay. Come on now. Okay. You're putting in this hard work. Okay. So don't let things popping up from your past try to draw you back to the past. You are already going in an opposite direction as this thing. It's already had enough influence on you for long enough. So don't let your past pull you back. Okay. This change is happening. All right. Things clearly don't align anymore. You don't. Wow. I just looked up something. Anyway, I don't align with this hairstyle. The person that I vibe with being on the inside does not align with this. Okay, anyway. But yeah, Pluto, rebirth. Come on now. You're going through this rebirth, and Spirit is saying, how the past always got to pop up and be like, you sure you're done? You're like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm sure. Goodbye. I'm done. You're officially going through this. Okay. You put in all this hard work and you finally achieved this true arrival of self. Again, I said, right? There's this blooming, this expansion and this blooming energy that is here now. You've put in the hard work. You've learned the karmic lesson. Okay. You put in the work and you've realized this shit ain't worth it. These rules aren't worth it. I'm trying to remember. I think the Saturn retrograde ends in like September, like mid-September, I think. This person could try to come back around September. They could come before that. If you're watching this now, but again, it's a timeless reading. So a lot, but again, you put in this work. You went through this karmic cycle. And finally, you're ready, world, right, to issue in a new cycle. To align with your true self. To have this arrival of self here. Oh yeah, I feel like you're probably already feeling this coming. You're right now. You're probably already feeling feeling those kind of those ways are opening, those things that you maybe have been holding on to. You're not holding on to them as much anymore. Those kind of rules that you were saying, oh, I can't do that because of this, because of that. You're like, but I can though. But I can though. So, come on, relationships. You're going to be forming these really new, beautiful partnerships, right? Not only with yourself, but with other people who are actually worth it. And you're going to recognize this discomfort for what it really is, right? You're going to recognize this energy for what it truly is, which is not worth your time. This is basically what I want to say. 14 breaks down to a 5. Oh, yeah. And again, like I said, all this work that you've been doing on yourself is finally bringing this balance and stability energy here. Somebody here definitely between Capricorn and Pisces seasons, like kind of like the spring, could definitely bring in like the kind of finalization, is that a word? Finalizing this cycle, like truly feeling like, okay. So by like March or so, when like, March, April, when yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling. I'm feeling like that. So you could be feeling like we're transitioning into kind of fall right now. You could be feeling that transitional energy. This winter energy coming in could really bring like a really big resurgence of energy, like a really deep connection for you. Like a deep connection for yourself, really fostering in like good times. That's what it feels like, cheer and good times. Maybe the holiday season is going to be really lit for you this year. Blessings, okay? And then it feels like through the winter and by spring, this whole transitional cycle is going to be closing out. And then the true pop out is going to happen, right? So there is this kind of energy of getting yourself really, truly ready and getting like, oh yeah, like I'm really, really ready for this. The pop out is the like you're already about to pop out, but the come on now. It's all a part of your journey. It's just a matter of time. Spirit is saying you're already walking the path, you're already going there. It's just a matter of time. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. And anybody that wants to try to pull you to your past, you ain't got time for it. Keep reminding yourself of that. You ain't got time for it. Because you could have some people trying to be very, like, sentimental and be very much so like, oh, come on, it's the holiday season. For some of y'all, I just heard, it's my birthday. Please, come on, let me come see you. You know, I want to spend time with you. It's my birthday. You really gonna leave me alone on my birthday? You're damn right. You damn right. Because for some of y'all, for someone specific here, this could be just to one person, right? Because I feel like it's going to be like, are you serious right now? Because that's a stupid move, because you're going to say something like, this person's going to say something like, oh, you really going to leave me alone for my birthday? It's like, oh, so where were you for my birthday? Or do you remember what happened on my birthday? Wasn't I crying on the floor by myself because of you on my birthday? So yeah, I'm not doing it to be petty. I'm just doing it to say I ain't got time for the bullshit. I ain't got time for people who aren't really actually showing up for me. Not showing up whenever it's convenient. Not, oh, but I'm busy and I got this and I got that. You know, it's like, yeah, all the times that you called me and that you called me up, I was busy too, but I made time. But I ain't got time. I ain't got time and I'm not going to. Exactly. Exactly. I'm going towards what truly feels like home. I'm going towards what truly resonates with me, what fills me up. And when I'm filled up with that me, that true authentic me energy, I extra don't have time. Right? Because that's what this fall and this winter, again, like I keep saying, but that's what it feels like. This transitional energy that we're talking about feels like this energy of you like filling yourself up. They're literally showing me like an energy of you, like our image of you like filling up a bathtub. Like you're filling yourself with emotions, with understanding, self-love, self-realizations, feeding my passion, my projects, instead of this person's drama. I'm making this about me. Yeah, I'm important. Me. All you care about is yourself now. You're damn right. Yeah, I do. And what? Yes, me. I'm very important to my life. I didn't know if you knew that. Me and my wants and my dreams and chasing after my goals and using my time properly and wisely and in a healthy way. That's important to me. Go figure. Go figure. Message. You better listen. But this Mercury card here. When right quick, I do want to look this up though. When is Mercury retrograde supposed to end? If you're watching this as I'm putting this up, because we're in Mercury retrograde right now. Thank you. We're actually almost out of it. It was August the 4th to August the 27th. And then we'll have another one at the end of November. I talked about that. To mid-December, which is like December is when like is when not Neptune will go direct. So the 27th of August, something significant might happen. If you're watching, like I said, if you're watching this as I'm uploading this, something significant might happen between now and the 27th of August. Yeah, because I just feel like it's going to come to a head. That's what I feel like. That's what I'm hearing. It's going to come to a head. Look, Jupiter. And then it's going to expand. I really feel like with this moon, this perception energy, is going to expand. I talked about that in the Saturn and Neptune retrograde. Please go check those out. Those are actually really good. But this, I talked more about it in the way that I'm referring to it right now. In the Neptune retrograde, I talked about the Saturn and the Neptune retrograde and how they were playing off of each other. I talked about it in that video. about how Saturn being a retrograde was this energy of like all the rules, all like I said before, right? Like all the ways that you told yourself, no, I can't do this, I can't do that because of this, because of that, because it's not the way it's done. All these old paradigms, because Saturn is gone. Saturn is not Saturn's not gone, but that energy of Saturn is lifted off of us. We're kind of like, you know what? Actually, no. Neptune retrograde is allowing us to have the expansion and the understanding that I can make my dreams a reality. My dreams don't have to stay a dream. They can come to reality. And the fact that Saturn is gone right now lets me understand that I don't have to follow the rules of the old world. It's more that energy. It's definitely what we're talking about in that energy, or what I was talking about earlier, where I was like, I gave all of this to this relationship, or I gave all of this to this, or I gave all of this to all these other people, to all these things outside of myself. And what did it get me? Nothing. It got me surrounded by a bunch of codependent narcissists, or a bunch of, energy vampires, or a bunch of people who don't care about me, that are constantly expecting me to put myself and my wants, my dreams on the back burner for them. What is the point of fighting to keep people like that around me? What's the point of fighting to keep a job that won't even fight for me? What am I fighting for? I'm fighting so hard with a death grip, white knuckling, holding on to things that are hurting me. Why? Because I'm scared that something is better than nothing. Even something that's hurting me is better than nothing. That's the old paradigm. That's the old paradigm, right? 01, 21, 21, down on the clock. Right when I said that. And I looked up after from saying that. So, come on now. Right? There's this expansion of your perception, of your ability to perceive things for what they truly are, and also to perceive yourself. Right? There is this expansion of self, of who I am emotionally, who I really am inside. Okay, Mulan, come through. When will my reflection show? I had a reading that was talking about that. It's like an older reading. It's over a year old, I think. But if you feel guided, I'll try to remember to link it above. But if I don't, if you feel guided to that, if this is really resonating with you, go watch that reading. Okay? And the thumbnail is like a picture of Mulan when she has like half of her face wiped away from the movie. And it's like waiting for your reflection to show, something like that. I named it pretty much that, right? And that's what it is. It's like, oh, my reflection, it's kind of this energy of I'm not so triggered by my reflection because it is not mirroring a falseness to me. I'm not so triggered by myself. I can go inside. I don't run away. I don't need to fill myself up with distractions because I like what I see. I don't need to distract myself from myself because I like what I see. I realize that even if I don't like what I see, I need to work on it. I need to stop running away from it, or turning away from it, or pretending that everybody else matters more than I do. There is this expansion of the realization that it was these old paradigms, it was these old systems, these old ways that you were taught to feel yourself, to feel about yourself, to see yourself, to see what your relation was to other people, to see that in the past, maybe the old paradigm was I only have value when other people see value in me. I'm only of value if I'm of use to other people. Now it's like, I'm good. I'm good when I'm not showing up for anybody else but myself. And I'm not saying it's like a great thing to never show up for other people, but I'm just saying if you are used to being a people pleaser, there definitely is going to be a time when people are going to be looking at you like, why are you so confident? You need to be humble. You don't need to do that. Because they are used to the old you that is quiet, that is meek, that is not, that is not putting down those boundaries, that is not saying, no, I can't. No, I need time for myself. That is not standing up for yourself and saying, no, actually, I don't want to eat there. I'd rather eat here. Oh, where's all this confidence coming from? It's called self-love. You should try it. Okay. Hello. And this energy right here is, it's kind of like this invitation energy. This entrance energy. To go inside Scorpio, exactly. To go inside. There definitely is an energy. Like Scorpio season, if you're watching this as I'm putting this up, Scorpio season is going to be very revolutionary for you, I think. There's going to be a huge rebirth energy. And again, this person could reach out to you in Scorpio season. Yeah. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of motion on your part. You could really step into some, like, into some masculine energy of getting some stuff done. Of really, like, putting stuff into work. Right? Because you could be in a season right now of being in your feminine energy, of allowing, you know, sitting back, reflecting, allowing those waters to reflect back to you. And then being like, okay, now that I see, now that I acknowledge, now that I'm showing up for myself, now that I'm allowing myself to expand, now that I know myself better, now that my perception is better, you know, now that I got the LASIK surgery, bitch, and I got the bionic eyes. Okay, I can see myself and see the world and see all this clearly, and I can step into my masculine energy and make some changes, and make some serious changes in my life based on, I can make these exterior changes because I have cultivated. Come on now. Because, and I feel like definitely, like, with this, like, again, like I said, by like it, like coming into Taurus season and stuff, there's really going to be this big energy of like pop out, right? I feel like this winter is going to be a lot of emotion. Again, like I said earlier, you're doing all this emotional work on yourself and expanding. I definitely think that you know, but I think that by next spring, there'll be this huge resurgence of like action energy for you. Like, it's like, okay, I've done all this internal work. Okay, I've done all this changing work. Okay, I've like cut all this away from me. Now I'm open and I'm receiving, you know, and the offers are going to come in, is what I'm hearing. The offers or the stuff is going to come in. Ooh, Aquarius collaboration. Right? That's when those new soulmates, those new people are going to be like, you're cultivating and you're growing and it's showing, you know? And I want to be a part of this. That's when the new company, you know, I feel like it's going to be before that, but it's really, there's going to be layers to it, you guys. There's going to be layers to it. Yeah. After this retrograde season ends here, all these major the big planets going direct again after this retrograde season, there's going to be a big change. So there's a big promotion of like, get into it. Get into it. Get into it and build it. Build it because they are coming. Because they are coming. And building it is building up yourself. Getting to know yourself. Clearing out your space. Clearing out your emotional body. Your physical body. You know? It could be a big like, okay, we about to get it. You know, we about to get in shape this whole winter. So spring, we about to pop out with a brand new body like nobody ever seen before. It could be something like that. You know, in general, it's just, and you're doing it for yourself. That's why it's different. I'm hearing it's different this time. And it's different this time because you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're not doing it because you have that vacation plan. You're not doing it because you don't want to feel ashamed of yourself when you're laying on the beach in your bathing suit. You're doing it because you're like, I want to show up for myself. I want to love myself. I love my body. And because I love my body, I'm eating well. I'm taking care of myself. I'm showing up for myself. I'm making those moves for me. Finally, I'm hearing like, finally, I'm making those moves for me that are about me, for me, to improve my life. You know, and other people are on the back burner. I come first. Me, my life, my relationship with God, my spiritual, you know, all that comes first. Especially something here around Capricorn season. It's big. It's big in Capricorn season. Journey and community. Yeah. I feel like in Capricorn season, by Capricorn season next year, or if you're watching this in the future and we're getting closer to that, you know, it's like, oh, it's time. And I feel like you're gonna know. You're gonna know this, right? You're gonna know. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna know, like, work's gonna be picking up, or opportunities are gonna be popping up, or it's really, you know, it's gonna be getting really serious, and you're like, because I've done this emotional work, I'm ready for all this exterior. I'm ready for all this 3D stuff. Exactly. So all this solar activation that we've been going through right now, all this changing in energy, all this awakening energy, because I don't know about y'all, but I've been having ascension symptoms like a motherfucker. Whoa, the headaches have been out of this world, you know? And it's like this elevation, this activation, so that you can step out of this past energy. Because people, places, think, you know, you were that old person, that old version of you for years. For years. You know? It's just going to show you. Really, Spirit really wants you to look at this in a sense where it's like, I'm really getting to know myself, and I'm really getting to know the people, places, and things around me. So that I'm not wasting any of my time, my love, my attention, my affection on anything that doesn't deserve it and does not align with me. And I'm not lying to myself about what I align with. Because I'm not lying to myself about who I am and what I really want. Period. Okay. My hair is just doing whatever it wants. As usual. As usual. It is what it is. Y'all, honestly, with my hair, I love my hair. I didn't love my hair for the longest time in my life. And is because I always wanted it to be something different. I always wanted it to be more like this, or more manageable, or less thick, or like less curly, or I wanted it to look like that, or I wanted to look, but it was when I truly accepted it for what it really was, and I started being like, okay, I'm going to use the products that I know that I need. I'm going to like really dive in to what it is. And when I stopped rejecting it and I started loving it, and I started just being like, it is what it is, and sometimes it's kind of wild, like it is what it is, right? My hair has looked the better than it's ever looked in my whole entire life. It's not looking great right now. It's a little dry, honestly, but way better than ever was at any point in my life. You know, and I think and I'm only saying this whole thing to say, right? That's exactly, like, it's a whole, the whole little hair story that I just told is a whole allegory for whatever. American education system. It is. And that's what this is like. I'm gonna glow, and I'm gonna accept myself for who I truly am. And now that I'm truly showing up as my true self, I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. Because I'm truly being me. I'm not, you know, I didn't need to be somebody else to be loved and accepted. I just needed to be me. I needed to accept myself. Other people weren't accepting me and weren't showing up for me and wasn't loving me the way I deserved, because I wasn't loving me. I wasn't accepting me the way I deserved. And that's kind of what this whole energy is. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Like, share, subscribe, do the things, the YouTube things. Comment down below if you got something to say. If you want a reading from me, a personal reading from me, my contact information is down below. All right? Thank you to your angels, spirits, guardians, masters, ancestors, and guides. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. There's a lot of information here. As usual, as always, I appreciate my angels, spirits, guardians, masters, ancestors, and guides for helping me to deliver this message, as well as keeping me safe while they did so. I hope that this message, gave you the love, light, or clarity that you needed. I really appreciate you guys. I am so proud of the work that you've been doing. I am so proud of the choices to put yourself above all the bullshit that you have been making. It's amazing. Okay? Keep doing it. Keep being you. And, you know, keep pushing the envelope. Keep pushing yourself forward. Keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, right? Keep meeting those challenges and keep exceeding them, because you're just going to keep rocking and keep kicking ass, okay? That Aries energy. I told you. I told you the sun is shining on you because you're taking this action to bring change into your life. Okay? And you're bringing this authority, right? And like I said, it's this entrance. It's this gateway is opening here for you to bring stability and balance into your life. Sorry. Sustainability, balance, understanding. Come on now. Come on now. I appreciate you guys so very, very much, okay? And I will see you lovelies in the next one. All right? Bye.